Hey guys, it's Sarah and we are going to get started on my August bullet journal and yeah, I'm excited to get this one done. So I'm using all my same stuff that I normally do. I'm using my bullet journal here. I'm going to take my pens off and I don't think I have anything to really update you on as far as the journal goes for July. I think I showed you everything pretty much, but I have some stuff filled in here. And then I have my book democracy. This is a Facebook group that I'm in, and they do like bingo boards or tic-tac-toe boards every month. And so I filled in a couple. So I had a couple little bingos here, which is good for the month. I have my catch up over here, which the only thing I can only fill in one more of those, but that's okay. And then we get into August. So I didn't really add anything else in here, but August, I'm going to have quite a bit actually going on in the month of August. If you saw my TBR video, I have a lot happening and I'm really excited about it. So I'm going to make pages for each one of those things. So I'm going to have a page for my social media books and I'm going to just write them down as they pop up and what I plan on reading. And then I'm going to have a page for the NetGalley Review-a-thon, and I'm going to also have a page for the Newts. Again, that's just kind of like whatever, but I'm still going to put it in here because so far some of the books that I'm already planning on reading are going to fill some of those prompts. So it's looking like it's going to turn out pretty good for that one. And I got book list here, so ready to go for that. And yeah, so I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else up here that I need to update either. Yeah, I really don't think I do. I think everything here is pretty up to date. I need to write in more of what I read. I didn't write in my August books in here or my July books in here yet. These are just books I read throughout the year. So I need to do that, and yeah, everything else on here is good to go. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and get started on August. So again, my bullet journal is here, and then I have my colored pencils that I use from Fantasia Artist. I got these at AC Moore, which is a craft store that's here in Florida. It is a big chain, so I'm not sure exactly where else they have stores, but it's kind of a big box craft store. Got my ruler, got my circle template so I can make my little circle that I do in the middle of my reading stuff. And then I have my Flair pens and my Kelly Creates aqua brushes that I got at Michael's. So I don't know if I'll be using these this time or not. I don't have anything to highlight, which is what I normally use them for, so I probably won't be using those, but I do use them on occasion when I'm doing stuff. And then I need to pick a color for the month. I know what design I'm gonna do for my intro page, but I don't have colors picked out yet, and it's got to be something that I have different shades of colors. I could do purple because I see 4 different shades of purple. I could also do pink. I've done pink recently though, so let's do purple. So let me grab, that's kind of the same, but I could use it still. Are those all the purple shades? Nope, there's one right there. I have a lot of purple. Okay, yeah, purple it is for sure. Oh, look at all those shades of purple I have. Awesome. I think this one is not like very saturated. I'll test it out, and if it's not very good, I'll probably need to throw this one out, but that's okay. I still have 4 other shades, so 5 other shades actually. Okay, yeah, so purple is going to be what's happening here, and we will go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn on my Game of Thrones. Tyrion is looking at me right now on my iPad, and we are going to get started.
All right, so this first part here I sped up really quickly. I actually sped it up ×8 just because some of the things I'm going to be doing here are really boring to watch in real time, or even like a little bit sped up. So I sped it up a little bit more. But I am going to go ahead and do my August opening page. And then after this page, after I finish with all the design, then I will go back to a slower speed and talk a little bit more about what I'm doing then. But for this one, I'm going to do a bunch of these squares, and it's one large square that I had sketched out. I picked a size that I liked, and then I would do, I would fill it in by the dots and make more squares until I only had one dot in the middle. It turned out to be about, including the dot, about 5 layers, I guess you could say, of it, or lines of it. And I really just like the way that this looks, and I'm trying to stagger the colors and the shades as well, so I don't have, all the same shade in one area or anything. I'm trying to change it up a little bit. But it's very easy. I just had to pick the size of square that I wanted, and then just start going around and doing all that. So I sketched out like the first row up on top there, and then all the rest I'm just doing by sight. I hadn't sketched all the ones that I'm doing here right now. But I like the geometric way that it looks. I think it's really cute. And my quote on the left-hand side there is, "Books don't just go with you, they take you where you've never been." And that's an anonymous quote that I saw on Pinterest. So I wrote that in there as well. And filling in some of the random dots around the outside there. And then I'm going to do just a little bit over here as well, so the design kind of carries over, which I try to do every month, have the design carry over into the quote page as well. So I'm just going to do one little corner here and do the same thing. And then we will start getting into the monthly spreads here. And something I've noticed, I'm doing the same thing every month, pretty much. And, starting in the beginning of the year, I did a little bit more design throughout the month, but then it started getting a little bit redundant for me. So I wasn't, enjoying the process of it. I like the way it looked afterwards, but I wasn't enjoying the process of creating these spreads. So I went easy on myself and told myself to keep it simple, and it's been working much better for me. So while my spreads are, I feel nothing special, they're very simple, and it's like the same thing every month. It works for me. So that's how I'm going to keep it. Next year I do plan to go to a pre-made reading journal. So I won't be doing bullet journal like this next year at all. I'm just really finding that the process of all this is not, doing it for me really. So I'm going to use something next year that's already done, but it will still be a separate reading journal. So I'll share that more towards the end of the year when I'm getting it set up and everything. But I'm doing my boxes for my reads here, and I switched up the boxes this time because, I do have different things happening, but I do have my arcs and review up in the left-hand top, and then I have buddy reads because I have one buddy read I'm doing this month, which is Game of Thrones. And then on the bottom left, I put projects, and so I'm going to have, the review-a-thon and the newts and the social media stuff there, and then I did have my wrap up like normal. So I did that, and then this is going to be for book list, and then this one is going to be my book haul revisit like I normally have. So I'll do my title and all my boxes and stuff. And it is kind of weird showing you like my book list one, that's all you're going to see. And some of my other ones, that's all you're going to see because I can't fill it in yet. Book list I can, but I don't, Lindsay and I don't share the topics before we post them, just otherwise it's not a surprise. So I usually do go in, right after I finish, and I fill in the book list page. I write down the prompts and all the books I plan to use, but like the readathon and stuff, I can't put anything down really yet because I have, at this time I hadn't started anything. So it is a little bit strange, like showing you half a page or even, like just a page that can't be filled in, but that's okay. All right, so I'm getting all of my boxes set up here for my book haul revisit. Now this is where once a month I go to my previous year in the same month and I watch my book haul for that month, and then I talk about where I am in the process of reading that book. Have I read it? Is it sitting here unread, or have I unhauled it since I, showed it last year? Haven't had a lot of unhauls just because, only a year prior, I usually still have that book. And by this time I had been getting much more picky about what I was purchasing. So, yeah. But All right, so my next one here is going to be for NetGalley, and this is a review-a-thon that NetGalley is hosting. NetGalley is a digital review site, and they are taking the entire month of August and 2 weeks in July, so it's a 6-week total readathon, and they are encouraging you to read your NetGalley books and to write your reviews, as many as you can within that 6 weeks. So I wrote down NetGalley Review-a-thon, the dates, and I put read and reviewed, and I will just list them as I read them. And I've already been able to write one in there, so that's pretty cool. And then this one is going to be for the Newts. I'm just going to write Newts up at the top. And the Newts Readathon is a continuation of the Harry Potter Magical Readathon that happens every year. And this is kind of on the back burner for me. It's going to be something that I'm just going to write the challenges in. I'm going to do that at a later time, but I'm going to write the challenges in, and then I will add books in there if I happen to read something that fits the challenge. It's not something that's on the forefront of my mind, but I'm putting it in there just in case I can make something work. And so far I have, so hopefully it will be a success. I put social media picks my TBR, and I will again just list the books as I read them. And then this one will be for the book democracy, where I will put my tic-tac-toe board for the month of August, which I still need to print and stick in there, but I will. And that's going to be another thing that's kind of on the back burner, just I'll fill it in if I can. But that's it. So here is a real-time look at my pages, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys do bullet journaling. How do you keep track of your reading? Do you use bullet journals for anything else? And I will talk to you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day.